Hello everyone, I'm Dr. Madhvi Vash from Bharat Homeopathy. Do you know how red meat affects your health? Does consuming it harm you or benefit you? Well, most of my patients ask whether it has any side effect on their liver health or not. Does consuming it put your liver in danger? Well, with the rise in the number of patients with liver disease, red meat like pork, beef, and lamb has become a center of discussion. So, in my today's video, I will tell you whether you should consume it or not in case you have liver disease or you are just proactive for your liver health. See, your liver has a lot to do. It is responsible for detoxification, metabolizing drugs, breaking down fats, producing biles, and regulating cholesterol and glucose levels. So, what you feed your body impacts your liver health. I mean, diet plays a very important role in protecting your liver from damage. If your diet is right, you will be alright. Suppose you eat anything that strains your liver. It will lead to scarring of the liver tissue and damage over time. Well, the question is red meat also unhealthy for you? Be it processed or raw? Let's discuss this by quoting some scientific studies. Red meat is nothing but just mammalian muscle meat. Beef, pork, lamb, and even processed meats like sausages and bacon. These meats are high in saturated fats, cholesterol, iron, and in many cases, preservatives and nitrates if processed. Well, it is not in the same case for all red meat. Some are grass-fed and lean cuts that are not processed. But the question is, how do they impact your liver? However, there are some studies that link the consumption of red meat with non-alcoholic fatty liver disease. A 2020 study published in the Journal of Hepatology found that people who consumed high levels of red and processed meat had a significantly higher risk of non-alcoholic fatty liver disease. High consumption of red meat increases the saturated fat intake, which raises the liver fat storage and insulin resistance. Processed meat contain nitrates, nitrites, artificial flavoring substance, and preservatives that may trigger inflammation and oxidative stress, the major enemies for liver health. One more hazard of red meat I want to share with you is that it has a good amount of iron, especially heme iron, which accumulates in the liver over time and becomes toxic. This is hemochromatosis, which damage liver cells and increase your risk for cirrhosis, liver cancer, and failure. Well, it is not a question of whether you can consume red meat or not. The problem lies in what it contains, especially the processed one. The World Health Organization has classified processed meat as a group 1 carcinogen. There is sufficient number of evidence in humans that suggests the consumption of meat causes cancer. So, many of my patients ask, Doctor, how much red meat can we consume? So, I will suggest that the American Heart Association and the American Liver Foundation say they recommend limiting red meat to no more than 2 to 3 servings per week and avoiding processed meat as much as possible. Alright, I hope your doubts have been solved now. In case you or your loved one is struggling with any liver issue, then no worries. Bharat Homeopathic medicines are safe and effective and treat the disease naturally without any side effects. If you found my video helpful, please like, share and subscribe to the Bharat Homeopathy YouTube channel for more health related videos. Thanks.